Day one of moving. We have the car fully loaded and the dogs are gonna ride shotgun with us. How are you feeling about leaving Berkeley?
Mixed.
Yeah.
Very mixed.
Let's see what we've done so far. I sold my car yesterday. That was exciting. And we have made, I want to say, at least 10 donation runs to different places, Goodwill and Urban Ore and the vacuum place today.
Yeah, so many donations.
Ducky, how are you feeling? I miss Vanessa. Wilbert, how are you feeling? Let's go, bitch! Ready for an adventure! Woo! Alright, stay posted. First up, we're gonna stay in San Simeon.
Silver Surf Motel.
Oh yeah, surfing. We had such a nice time saying goodbye to Scott's house and my house and all of our friends in the Bay Area. Scott's roommates even made us a little present, and we're ready to get going. Woolbeard is clearly over it. So is Ducky, but I think it's worth it because the views were amazing. I couldn't get over how green it was because of all the rain that we got this year. This is just driving down from Berkeley to San Simeon. We did stop in Cambria, which is a cute coastal town, on the way to San Simeon, and the whole time I just kept on saying, oh my gosh, this is so cute. We got there at about 7 p.m., so everything was pretty much closed, but as you can see, it was super beautiful. Woolbeard approves. She was pulling so hard on her leash, and you might have noticed that even the garbage cans were adorable. After checking out Cambria, we enjoyed the sunset and made our way over to the motel. This is from the next morning, and you can see that it was a surprisingly nice motel experience, especially for what we paid. I think it was like $50. And in the morning we walked over to the Bluffs, which was really nice. The dogs definitely loved it. There was like a little cornhole game and a chess game that you could play standing up. We saw somebody playing with their kid. And then we went back to the motel to do some hot tub action. And the pool was surprisingly nice. Ducky and Woolbeard approved, even though they weren't allowed in the pool area. This was just a cute little diner that was close to the motel. And then we went over to Cambria. The reason why we ate at the diner was because everything in Cambria was way out of our budget. Here's another cute garbage can. But we did go back to Cambria in the daytime just to walk around and check it out. And we did stop and pick up some fudge for Scott's mom at this sweet shop over here. And it was really good. And if you can't tell, I'm obsessed with these garbage cans because I've never seen anything so cute. This whole town was adorable. And I even met a woman, like she was walking out of a building that I was taking a picture of. And we were both like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. Ducky and Woolbeard approved. The stores were just adorable. Again, nothing that they sold was anywhere near our budget, but it was really cute to poke our heads around and look at all of the adorable little buildings and the cute little things that they sold in their shops. And then we continued on our way. We decided to go towards Santa Barbara, which is where Scott went to school, but first we had to stop at Pea Soup Anderson's to get their world famous pea soup. Guys, if you're in the area, you have to stop. It's just such a fun little quirky road trip experience. Here's Woolbeard in her full-on huntress mode. And we made our way into Santa Barbara, and I'll be honest, guys, it made so much about Scott make so much sense. I was like, oh, okay. Like, this whole trip has been like me understanding Scott more. And as soon as the traffic thickened, we were in LA. Here's some views from Scott's parents' house. His tortoise, Tank, who I became obsessed with, and so did Woolbeard, more because Tank eats apples. And for those of you who know, Woolbeard loves apples, so she definitely tried to steal some of them from him. This is Tank having zoomies. I swear to you, he did this for like hours. I had to cut this shorter, even though it is tortoise zoomies. It is still in super slow motion. I just thought it was so hilarious. I couldn't stop watching him. Here is Scott in his natural habitat and the dogs being the dogs. And wouldn't you know, I found a street with my name, which has never happened to me in my entire life. And of course, we had to prepare for our trip by practicing hiking. So we checked out a few local spots. There's the Santa Monica Hills that are pretty close to Scott's parents' house. And I think this was in Topanga. And I want to say that we did one more in Malibu, but I'm not really sure. The dogs loved it. It was super hot that day, so it wasn't a very long hike. We took a day trip to Malibu and saw all of these cute cars. These are just two of them that I was like, oh, that's fun. Will Beard was not impressed. She said that there wasn't enough hills and not nearly enough people paying attention to her, which she's not used to. And then we went to Leo Carrillo, if I'm saying that right. Scott knows how to say it, obviously. The dogs totally went nuts. They had a really good time playing on the rocks, as you can tell. And it was a cool spot because Scott used to come here surfing. And so I also, again, I was like, oh, this is nice. I'm learning so much about you on this trip. And for those of you who know the dogs, know that they absolutely love the beach. They did not, on this occasion, thankfully, roll in anything disgusting. They did get wet at times, which I thought was hilarious. I didn't realize when I was recording this that I had it in slow-mo, but I kind of love that Ducky looks like David Hasselhoff running on the beach right now. So for all of Ducky's fans, here you go, guys. We also decided to postpone our trip by one day so that I could do some touristy things. I got us tickets to see Jimmy Kimmel Live because I'm a pretty big fan, and James Corden was the host right before his show ended. It was a great show, so no regrets there. And importantly, we had to do trip planning, which was mostly just looking up dispersed camping because we're trying to keep costs low, so we're trying to find free campsites. So we just started by Googling free campsites in the places that we're going and writing down the GPS coordinates and downloading the maps of the area on Google Maps, and that's worked out pretty well for us. The hardest part was saying goodbye to the dogs. We did decide to leave them with Scott's parents' house because we thought it would be easier for us and better for them. But I would be lying if I told you I didn't miss them. That's it for part 1. Stick around for part 2 where we start our road trip in Death Valley. Thanks you guys for watching.